Genghis Khan, the man who would forge a vast empire, was born with the name Temüjin around 1162 AD. His birth was shrouded in mystery and legend, with tales of a blood clot in his fist, symbolizing his future as a great leader. His early life was far from privileged. Growing up on the Mongolian steppes, he experienced the harsh realities of nomadic life. The steppes were a vast, open landscape, beautiful yet unforgiving, where survival depended on skill, strength, and the ability to adapt. His family were nomads, constantly on the move, their lives intertwined with the rhythms of nature. They followed the seasons, moving their yurts and herds to find fresh pastures and water sources. This nomadic lifestyle required resilience and resourcefulness. Tragedy struck early when his father was poisoned by a rival tribe. This event was a turning point in young Temujin's life, thrusting him into a world of danger and uncertainty. This left young Temujin and his family struggling to survive. Without the protection and support of his father, they were vulnerable to attacks and exploitation by other tribes. They were often hungry and cold. The harsh Mongolian winters were particularly brutal, and the family had to rely on their wits and each other to make it through. They had to fight for everything they had. Every day was a struggle to protect their meager resources from being taken by others. Despite these hardships, Temujin displayed remarkable resilience and leadership. Even as a young boy, he took on responsibilities beyond his years, guiding his family through their darkest times. He learned to ride horses and hunt at a very young age. These skills were essential for survival on the steppes, and would later become crucial in his military campaigns. He was known for his courage and his ability to inspire others. His determination and bravery earned him the respect of those around him, even in his youth. These early challenges shaped his character, instilling in him the strength and determination that would define his later life. The hardships he faced taught him the value of perseverance and the importance of loyalty and trust. They also fueled his ambition to unite the often warring Mongol tribes. He dreamed of a unified Mongolia, where the tribes could come together under a single banner, strong and invincible. As he grew older, Temujin began to understand the complexities of tribal politics and the constant conflicts that plagued his people. He observed the strategies and tactics used by different tribes, learning from their successes and failures. He started forming alliances, building relationships with other tribes, and gathering a loyal following. His vision of unity and strength began to take shape, setting the stage for his future conquests. Temujin trained rigorously, honing his skills in combat and leadership. He prepared himself for the challenges ahead, knowing that his destiny was to lead his people to greatness. With a determined heart and an unyielding spirit, young Temujin set out on a path that would eventually lead him to become Genghis Khan, the founder of the largest linked empire in history. The Mongol tribes were notorious for their internal conflicts. They were constantly fighting each other for resources and territory. Temujin emerged as a powerful leader, known for his charisma and strategic mind. He formed alliances through a combination of diplomacy and military prowess. He understood the importance of loyalty and rewarded those who followed him. He also punished those who betrayed him severely. Gradually, Temujin subdued his rivals and united the Mongol tribes under his banner. This was a remarkable feat of leadership. It was the first time in centuries that the Mongols had been united under a single ruler. In 1206, a grand assembly of Mongol leaders recognized Temujin as their supreme leader. He was given the title Genghis Khan, meaning oceanic ruler or great Khan. This marked the beginning of the Mongol Empire, which would grow to become the largest connecting land empire in history. Genghis Khan rose from those humble, fear-driven beginnings to become one of the most formidable conquerors in history. His military innovations were not just about brute force, but about strategic brilliance and tactical ingenuity. Genghis Khan was a brilliant military strategist and tactician. His ability to think several steps ahead of his enemies set him apart. He meticulously planned his campaigns, often using deception and psychological warfare to outmaneuver his foes. He understood the importance of discipline, organization, and adaptability in warfare. His soldiers were trained rigorously, ensuring they could execute complex maneuvers with precision. This level of discipline was unheard of among the nomadic tribes of the steppes. He revolutionized Mongol warfare, transforming their tribal warriors into a disciplined and formidable fighting force. This transformation was not just about training, but also about instilling a sense of unity and purpose among his troops. One of his key innovations was the decimal system. This system allowed for a highly flexible and scalable military structure, making it easier to manage large numbers of troops. He organized his army into units of 10, which were the smallest units, allowing for tight-knit groups that could operate independently if needed. 100, 1,000, and 10,000 soldiers. These larger units could be combined or split as the situation demanded, providing unparalleled flexibility on the battlefield. This system made the Mongol army incredibly well organized and easy to command. Commanders at each level had clear responsibilities and could make decisions quickly, ensuring that orders were executed efficiently. Genghis Khan also understood the importance of intelligence gathering. He knew that knowledge was power, and that understanding the enemy was crucial for victory. He employed spies and scouts to gather information about his enemies. These operatives would infiltrate enemy territories, gather crucial data, and report back, providing Genghis Khan with a strategic advantage. He knew his enemy's strengths and weaknesses before going into battle. This intelligence allowed him to craft strategies that exploited these weaknesses, often leading to swift and decisive victories. This allowed him to anticipate his enemy's movements well ahead of time, giving him the opportunity to crush them at their weakest. By knowing precisely where and when to strike, he could disrupt enemy plans and gain the upper hand. His tactical mindset regarding warfare was so incomparable that he appeared unstoppable to all who opposed him. He embraced new technologies, such as gunpowder and siege weapons. These innovations were integrated into his military tactics, making his army even more formidable, which he used effectively to conquer fortified cities. The Mongols became adept at siege warfare, using a combination of brute force and cunning strategies to break through even the most well-defended fortifications. His armies were renowned for their speed, agility, and ability to cover vast distances. This mobility allowed them to strike quickly and retreat before the enemy could mount a counterattack. They were also masters of mounted archery, able to shoot arrows with deadly accuracy while riding at full gallop. This combination of speed and firepower made the Mongol cavalry one of the most feared forces in the world. Under Genghis Khan's leadership, the Mongol Empire expanded rapidly, covering vast territories from Asia to Europe. His military innovations not only brought him success on the battlefield, but also laid the foundation for one of the largest empires in history. The legacy of Genghis Khan's military innovations can still be seen today. Modern military strategies continue to draw inspiration from his tactics, proving that his influence extends far beyond his time. Genghis Khan's genius lay not just in his ability to conquer, but in his ability to innovate and adapt. His military strategies and innovations have left an unforgettable mark on history, making him one of the greatest military minds the world has ever known. Mongol warriors led incredibly tough and disciplined lives. From a very young age, they were immersed in a culture that valued strength, endurance, and martial prowess above all else. Their training was rigorous and relentless, designed to forge them into the ultimate warriors. They were trained from childhood to ride horses, shoot arrows, and fight with swords and lances. This early start ensured that by the time they reached adulthood, they were already seasoned fighters. The bond between a Mongol warrior and his horse was particularly strong, as their survival often depended on their ability to ride swiftly and skillfully. They were expected to be able to survive on very little food and water. Their diet was simple and utilitarian, often consisting of dried meat and fermented milk. This austere lifestyle made them incredibly resilient and able to endure long campaigns without the need for extensive supply lines. They were masters of horsemanship, able to ride for days on end. Their ability to cover vast distances quickly gave them a significant strategic advantage over their enemies. The Mongol cavalry was feared across the known world for its speed and mobility. Their nomadic lifestyle had made them incredibly tough and adaptable. Living in the harsh conditions of the steppes, they learned to make the most of their environment. They could set up and dismantle their yurts quickly, allowing them to move with ease and efficiency. They could endure extreme weather conditions, from the scorching heat of the deserts to the bitter cold of the Russian steppes. This adaptability was crucial in their conquests, as they could fight effectively in a variety of terrains and climates. Their diet consisted mainly of meat, dairy products, and foraged plants. They were skilled in preserving food, ensuring they had sustenance during long campaigns. The ability to forage and hunt also meant they were not entirely dependent on supply lines, further enhancing their mobility. They were expert hunters and could bring down game as large as deer and wild boar. Hunting was not only a means of sustenance but also a way to hone their skills in tracking, patience and precision, qualities that were invaluable on the battlefield. Mongol warriors were also skilled in the art of survival. They could build shelters, start fires and find food and water in the most inhospitable environments. These survival skills were essential, especially during long campaigns far from home. They would combine these survival skills with the ability to navigate by the stars. Their knowledge of the natural world was extensive, allowing them to thrive in conditions that would be fatal to less experienced soldiers. This rigorous training and harsh lifestyle created warriors who were unmatched in their time. Their discipline, skill and endurance made them formidable opponents. The Mongol army was a well-oiled machine, capable of executing complex maneuvers with precision and speed. They were loyal to Genghis Khan and willing to fight to the death for him. This loyalty was not just born out of fear, but also respect and admiration for their leader. Genghis Khan's ability to inspire and lead his warriors was a key factor in the Mongol Empire's success. His vision and strategic genius, combined with the unparalleled skills of his warriors, created an unstoppable force that changed the course of history. Despite his fearsome reputation as a conqueror, Genghis Khan was also a complex and multifaceted figure. He was known for his sharp intellect, his love of learning, and his interest in other cultures. He had a large family with multiple wives and many children. His wives often accompanied him on campaigns, playing important roles in Mongol society. He valued loyalty and meritocracy, promoting individuals based on their abilities rather than their social status. Genghis Khan was deeply interested in the legal systems and governance of the conquered people. He adopted and incorporated practices that he found effective into the Mongol Empire's administration. He is credited with establishing a unified legal code for the Mongols, known as the Yasa. This code helped to maintain order and stability within his vast empire. He also understood the value of trade and championed religious tolerance throughout his empire, setting a foundation for a more connected and diverse world. When discussing the greatest rulers in history, Genghis Khan's name invariably rises to the top. He was a remarkable leader who achieved extraordinary feats during an era marked by primitive conditions and constant conflict. How did a man from such humble beginnings transform the world so profoundly? If you enjoyed this exploration of Genghis Khan's legacy, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our ever-growing channel for more insights into history's most influential figures. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update.